Hey everyone, it's me Arthur Kade, welcoming the beautiful Stassi Schroeder from Bravo's Vanderpump Rules. Make sure to check out brand new episodes on Bravo every Monday, 9/8 Central. Hey everyone, it's me Arthur Kade, and I can honestly say my executive producer Tom is obsessed that you're here, Stassi Schroeder. I'm so happy you're here as well.
Wait, thank you. That's so nice to say.
I could have canceled the rest of my week this week, and he would have been like, as long as Stassi's coming in, it's been an A+ week.
Where is he? Can we make out?
I think he'd get divorced. That would probably.
Oh no,
I may not have a job.
No married men for me.
It's
okay.
He may high five me. There may be a divorce and no more show. But I guess it's maybe a win. You know, I remember talking to you and Jax. It was either season 1 or season 2 of Vanderpump Rules.
Most likely season 1.
I think it was season 1. You guys were still together, so it was season 1.
We broke up like the first episode of season 1, so probably not.
I don't remember. Either way, it was early in the show.
Yeah.
And it was like a known show. Now you guys have essentially become the Brat Pack of reality television. I mean, you're like rock stars. It's blowing my mind.
Oh my gosh, no one's ever said that.
You like that?
I love that. Can I be Molly Ringwald?
Do you really want to be Molly Ringwald?
Okay, no, I'd be the goth one probably.
Yes, you're absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking too. But you guys have become like these cult phenomenons, and I kind of knew the show was going to become big at that point, but I never realized that you would become the phenomenon that you have become. Crazy to you?
I don't think any of us are aware of it. We're so in our bubble that when people say something like this to me, I don't understand, actually. And we live in LA. Everyone's jaded, so no one's giving us compliments or blowing smoke up our asses, so.
But what's fascinating is the celebrity following that you have. I mean, I remember seeing Jennifer Lawrence absolutely obsessed with Jax and you guys. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, that actually is really exciting. That is really cool. You know, when there are people that I look up to and then I find out that they watch the show, like it's very trippy and it's so humbling and really exciting.
What do you think it is about Pump Rules that has endeared itself to so many millions of people?
People like train wrecks.
Is that what it is? Is it that simple?
I mean, I think, you know what, I think people like watching shows where Hollywood is the backdrop, and then add to the fact that we all started off as a real group of friends, and we were struggling, and we were broke, and we were serving, and everyone can relate to that. It's not like, say, Housewives, where everyone is just swimming in cash, and it seems so far-fetched. Like, you can relate. Everyone has gone through what we've gone through.
It also doesn't hurt that you guys are gorgeous, and
well,
yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt you look like this. I mean, if you were like me, forget it. Nobody's watching it.
Oh, please.
They'd be like, although I did get a compliment.
Are you fishing for a compliment right now?
Your mother already gave me a compliment. She said I have a great nose. By the way, I got a great nose compliment from Stassi's mom, who, by the way, may be your sister. I
know.
We need to do a genetic test.
I know.
I'm like, holy cow, she looks like she's 25.
I want you to try being a 10-year-old girl when Stacy's Mom, that song came out, and everyone would just sing it to me when I was little. Yeah, that was fun.
Is it tough having a mother that's like gorgeous? I mean, is that weird?
No, it honestly isn't, because now it's like, I'm fine, I'm set. I know I'm going to be okay when I get older.
By the way, her mother is off camera right now, probably thinking, I love this boy. Like, Stassi, you need to date him. He's going to keep complimenting. Can you imagine like 10 years in, I'd be like, you're still gorgeous, mama. She'd be like, never divorce him. So what's going on in the world of Stassi? You have a podcast.
I do.
This is incredible, because having this show be the success that it is has got to open up so many doors for you, including this podcast.
Of course, it does. Well, I mean, my podcast is something I'm so proud of, because I've done it all myself. There's nobody coming up with my topics. There's nobody editing me. This is who I am. I put everything together, and it's become so successful and popular, and I'm overwhelmed with like when people come up to me and say that they listen to it. I feel like with radio, it's such an intimate experience, and people feel like you're best friends. And I say one of my best friends, Taylor Strecker, who's here with me, and my ex-boyfriend, Patrick Maher, they're radio hosts, and I would always listen to them, and I learned so much from them, and I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do it without them, but I learned that it was an intimate experience and just how to do everything, and it's so much fun. I really like it.
People don't realize how hard this is. You know, It's interesting because people will say, oh, Arthur, you should have asked person X this question or that question. I'm like, why don't you get in front of the camera and realize how hard this is?
Yeah.
Did you realize going in how hard, not, reality show is a whole different animal, but having to actually structure your own show, create topics, talk about topics, make it interesting, make people connect. Did you realize how hard it was going to be?
I pretty much shit my pants the first time that I did it. My mom's cringing right now. She says that ladies don't. She says ladies don't say the word shit. But, well, I'm not a lady. No, I was terrified. The first time when I was offered the opportunity to do this, because I've watched people do this, and how do you talk for so long and be on and be engaged and listen at the same time? Because being a good listener is half the battle of interviewing, and it's very difficult. So I was petrified, and in the beginning it was really rocky, but I'm getting there. So
I know you get asked a million questions as you do these press tours about what's happening here, what's happening there. So I'm not going to ask you any of those BS questions. Everyone knows. Go watch Vanderpump Rules. It's a great show. But what I do want to know is how it's changed your life in terms of you achieve this new level of fame. How does, from day one to now, how does Stassi Schroeder change as a person?
God, that is a loaded question.
I know.
Are you Oprah?
I know. Yeah, well, I mean, she's much better at this than I am, but I try. I have a better nose. Maybe not.
I mean, you do have a great nose. Let's talk about your nose.
You want to
It's just so... Ooh, there's not one little hint of a bump. It's like a ski slope.
I had a heck of a plastic surgeon.
You're good. I feel like I'm more self-aware, and I will never be fully self-aware. I don't think that anyone can be, but I strive to at least be as much as I can be to be self-aware, and I think that's the main thing that how I've changed since season 1.
Is it weird seeing yourself on television and seeing the different sides of who you are as a person, the train wrecky side as you would imagine, and also there's a great side of you. I mean, we see the business side of you, the person who wants to find a good guy that you are happy with. Is it weird seeing those different sides of yourself?
No.
You enjoy it?
I love what I do. I really do. I love doing reality TV. I think it's so much fun to kind of have like an amped up, and I'm completely myself, and it's not that we're pretending or anything like that.
No,
we
you're
have
not.
one of the realest
you're not.
reality shows out there, but it forces you to, exercise your brain and think quickly, and that's like the part of it that I really like. So even if it's a scene where my personality is looking a little uglier than I would like it to, it's still fun for me, yeah.
I could hear, because I was in the other side of the studio, but when you came in, I heard you talking about Snapchat. And I was like, wow, social media, man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
How do you use social media to further your brand and connect with your fans?
It's taking over my life, and it gives me anxiety. I really feel like I need a Xanax prescription because it's just so much of it. But that comes along with, the territory, especially doing reality TV or doing radio or something.
No, I'm awful with that. We're going to actually do a Snapchat on your Snapchat.
I should give you a lesson.
No, I had, what's her name, Morgan from... what's Morgan's thing? Boobs and Lubes from Rich Kids.
Yeah.
And she put me on her Snapchat, and I don't have Snapchat. I was literally like at a club or something. People were coming up to me. 3 different people came up and were like, "I saw you on Morgan's Snapchat." I'm like, really? Like,
it's powerful.
People are obsessed with this stuff.
Well, I love Snapchat's my favorite social media outlet because I feel like I'm making my own reality show.
It is. It's a whole different avenue. I mean, we're seeing a great example right now is Cameron Dallas, who's like, the Hollywood Reporter just called him Hollywood's next big thing. He started with Vines, and now he's got a show on Netflix. It's insane.
Well, I also feel like I'm proud to live in this day and age where I feel like everyone has the opportunity to be in the entertainment industry because there are outlets to showcase what your talents are. Whereas back in the day, say somebody was good at singing or whatever they're good at, they weren't able to put it out there. So you had to fly to New York, fly to LA, and knock on people's doors to try and listen to you. And now everybody gets an equal opportunity to make it big. And that's exciting and really cool.
Are there moments where you want privacy? Are there moments where you say, all right, I don't want to be on Snapchat. I don't want people to know who I'm dating. I don't want to be on a damn reality show. Like, are there those moments?
That's so funny that you just asked that because like yesterday, I was just so moody and worked up because I'm so bad at my phone. I'm bad at responding to texts and phone calls. I always say that I'm like a social introvert. Like I'm extroverted in that I like to talk to people and I like socializing, but I can only do that for so long. And I need alone time. And I need people to leave me alone for a few days. And the phone gives me so much anxiety. Yes, I feel that all the time.
What's dating like? Because when people meet you, you're essentially a public figure now, and they have a perception of who you are going in because of watching the show. If you're going to Google, I mean, I was on a date like last week, and I Googled the person. I was like, okay, I have my perception going in of who this person is. What's it like for you when they meet you? Do they get the true Stassi, or do you have to fight through rivers of this isn't who I am, this is who I am? How does it all work?
I haven't dated that much because I'm not really that good at it. But the times that I did and the people that I did date, not boyfriends, but dates. Yes.
Now walk me through what's the difference.
No, meaning people that I would be going on dates with. Yeah, they did have a perception of who I was, and if some conflict would arise, they would text me or say something to where I realized, oh, you're going based on what you've heard of me because I have not given you any reason to think this of me. And that's unfortunate, but, there will be somebody out there who won't think that way.
Do you start thinking about, because all TV shows end, as popular as a TV show can be, there comes an end point, and then you've got to figure out life after that end point. Do you, at certain points, think, what is life after Pump Rules going to be like, and what do I do next? All
the time. That's why I'm so happy that I have my podcast, because it's teaching me different skills. And I've always said that I love fashion, and I love just styling. I love interior decorating, and I also like when somebody can incorporate humor into talking about those things, and that's why Joan Rivers is one of my idols.
She's the best, was the best.
And I want to do something like that, and I love that with my podcast I can connect to so many women in such a real way. I'm so sick of having, turning on the TV and every interview is so cold and just kind of boring. I wish people would just embrace like the not PC world. Everything is so PC, and I loathe it.
I hope you don't feel that way about this interview.
No, because you talked about your nose job. So
that's true. The rest of it could suck, but if I talked about my nose job, it's already a great. When you look at it, it's funny because I don't know if you were actually here, but there were some Pump Rules people in New York. And Page Six was writing about how they were at the Gansevoort Hotel, and there was like a crowd of fans lined up waiting to either get pictures, meet, and just see, almost like you guys were unicorns.
We did, yes.
You were here, right? It was like you guys were unicorns.
I felt like a Backstreet Boy. That was actually one of the coolest nights of my life, and I feel like after that I was like, someone might as well just shoot me down dead because nothing's ever going to be as fun as this.
Is it mind-blowing to you that like there's crowds of hundreds of people?
It really was so cool. Like we walked outside and there was just crowds of people down the street, around the corner. I couldn't even see far enough. It was so exciting. Again, just shoot me right now.
Is that addictive? Is fame addictive?
Of course it is. Of course. Everybody loves attention, and if anybody tells you that they don't, they're liars.
Do you get scared it could go away at any point?
It will go away, so yeah.
It's not necessarily true. There are people that have been famous 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Zsa Zsa Gabor was famous and just died and she was in her 90s.
That's true, but the level of fame and the level of attention always goes down.
That's true. Does that scare you?
No, I think that's part of aging, and there are going to be things that are more exciting to me, like hopefully I'm having a child or getting married or moving, to a cool country one day.
Iowa.
No.
No Iowa for you?
No.
We definitely can't do it. No, I'm just joking. No Iowa for me either. You and I were I was complaining to you how much I can't even stand LA, so.
Yeah, you loathe it.
I loathe it.
See,
Who wants to wake up to 80 degrees every day and feel like you have to do something with your life?
No, I don't ever feel like I have to do something. LA people are lazy. That's why I moved there.
That's the other thing I hate. I hate lazy. I love
this relationship is not going to work.
You can be lazy. I'll be working. We'll be a one-income family. So, show's been successful. Is this something that you see yourself, if this show continued for another 10 seasons, would you want to do it for another 10 seasons? Or does there come a point that you say, enough's enough?
I love doing it, and it's so much fun. but it is very hard, and it's taxing in terms of your friendships, your relationships. It's really hard to date when you're and have a healthy relationship when you're on a reality show. So 10 seasons, I don't know, but I'm having fun right now, and I hope they have me again.
You'd mentioned, we talked about the Gansevoort moment, but what's been the coolest moment of this whole ride?
Besides that moment, I would say I remember the first time I sat front row in a fashion show for Fashion Week in New York, and I was like, this is what's freaking up. This is what.
Are people coming up to you while you're doing that? Or are they like, oh my God, I love Pump Rules? Like,
yeah, and that's really exciting to be like welcomed at a place like that, because it's so hard. I mean, fashion people, they can be hard. That's a hard world to kind of get into, and that's been really cool.
Do they look at it? Are there times where people say, okay, you're famous, but it's reality show fame?
Yes.
Is that hard to break through that barrier and say, no, I'm legitimately smart? Like, I'm not just an attractive girl. I'm like smart. I want to do things. Like, is that a tough barrier to break through?
I don't really give a shit.
I like that.
So.
It's a hell of an answer. So what's next? You have the podcast, you have the show. What's next for you? What do you want to, what's the legacy you're going to build?
Well, like I said, I really hope that this podcast is teaching me how to interview but be myself while I interview and not filter myself, and be a good listener so that I can have a show or do something or be on somebody else's show or on a panel, anything like that. I just want to keep building that.
Build the Stassi empire.
Build the Stassi empire. You know, it's filled with wine, ranch, and like daggers. I don't know.
It's like a younger LA version of Bethany without the skinny component.
Are you saying I'm not skinny?
No, you're gorgeous. Listen, I don't need to tell you, you're an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous girl. I don't think there's any issues there. I think you know that. So.
I was kidding.
No, I wasn't.
But I love that you feel uncomfortable now.
I'm blushing. You might be able to see through the powder that I might be blushing. She's going to be like, I made that loser blush. I'll ask you one Vanderpump question. What happens next? Give everybody the scoop on what the rest of the season holds.
Well, Katie and Tom's wedding, and this whole season leads up to that. And
that's quite a relationship, by the way.
I am in their relationship.
I know.
I am a third wheel. I have a toothbrush at their apartment. I joined them at the tail end of their honeymoon. They're my best friends. If they ever divorce, like, I'll have a mental breakdown.
My boss, because of my boss, I binge watched your show over the holidays because I'm like, I knew you were coming in at that point. I saw on the schedule. I'm like, let me just I have like 3 days to myself, and I ended up binge watching like a whole season of Pump Rules, and I was just like, this is really addictive. Like, would you be a fan of your own show if you weren't on the show?
Yeah. Well, I'm such a big fan of Bravo, so I'm obsessed with a bunch of other Bravo shows. So that, yeah. You
know what's funny is we were talking about like some of the people I'd interviewed this week already, and I'll put up a picture of you after this interview, and you'll get more likes on my social media than like an A-list Oscar-winning movie star. It's incredible. People are obsessed with you guys.
Okay, that is so much pressure. Now that you said that, you just jinxed it.
I'm going to tag you. You have to like it as well.
I'm going to get 17 likes and just go and drink myself to death after that.
All right, do you have your phone on you? Let's do a Snapchat before you
go.
I want to do a Snapchat while we're still running here.
I love that. Do you want to use the pretty filter?
Wait, what's a filter?
Are you kidding me?
I have Instagram and I have Facebook, and my producer Maddie controls my Instagram.
You see how I just did that? You
go
like
this. Sure,
like
no flag.
I mean, we can be like bees.
No, that's awful.
I don't know what that is. Pretty filter just makes you look hot. So are we taking a photo or are we taking a video?
Let's do, what do you think? Let's do a video.
Okay. So
how do I know when it starts?
I have to go like this because I want to be able to put it on my Instagram feed as well.
Okay.
So do you know what you're about to say?
No.
Well, you should probably prepare.
Why would I want to do that? I'm off the cuff.
Okay. Well, we're recording and he
we're recording now. Hey guys, it's Arthur Kade. I'm on God, I sound so radio show. I'm Arthur Kade.
It has to be under 10 seconds.
Can you get yourself in the shot? Because God, nobody wants to look at me.
Oh, we're going to do more than one. We're doing more than one. That's how Snapchat works. See, put it the story. Okay.
What the heck is happening right now?
Take it, pretty filter again, because obviously we want to look hot.
All right, guys. All right, guys.
Listen, it's already there.
All right, guys. I think we're back. So I just learned we only have 10 seconds, so I've got to talk quick. She's gorgeous. She rules. Make sure to check out the season of Vanderpump Rules, and I think that's pretty much it.
Nice work. That was exactly in 10 seconds.
She's gorgeous. She rules. Make sure to check out the season of Vanderpump Rules, and I think that's pretty much it.
I'm so impressed.
It's already there. All right, guys. I think we're back.
That's amazing. Nice work. So now he knows how to Snapchat. Just always use the pretty filter.
watch Vanderpump Rules every week on Bravo.